Hello, artists, and welcome to a brief tutorial on one of your choice board options. It is the option for, let me look at the exact title here. The title of it was Surreal or Fantasy Collage. So Surrealism was an art movement where artists let their imaginations just run wild. And they might have a really weird dream and they would turn that into an artwork, or they would take a bunch of things that you wouldn't see together in real life and they'd put those things together into an artwork. And sometimes they played games where one person would start a drawing and then another person would add something to the drawing. And some of these things had absolutely nothing to do with each other. So I'm going to start with the option. There are several options on here. You have option one is ask for a magazine or advertisements that you can cut up. So make sure it's something you're allowed to cut up, because I don't want to hear about anybody getting in trouble for cutting up a magazine and they didn't ask. So I have some pieces that I've already started cutting out, and I'm just going to start putting them out here on the paper. And good. Oh yeah, that's good. Let's see, got a lot of weird things here. My tools are scissors. I might use this pen and glue. Those are my basics to start, along with the magazine. This purple flower seems like it should go someplace. So now I've got to figure out where these things go, and maybe I've got to switch some of these out for something else from my collection here. Oh, no. A window. Maybe the window instead of the flower. So I'm just going to move things around and play with them for a while. I'm not gluing them down right away. I can still also cut things up. So I think I want that rabbit, but I don't want to. So where do I have to? I'm just going to make my cut here. Arc. Now it's just the word arc. Maybe it stays just the word arc. I don't know. Loses the R. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Should that be at the top? Move that there. I really like whatchamacallit here with the apple. Maybe this does not, maybe the window is not the right object. Keys. Spark and keys. Oh, let's see. Oh, I also have this fish. So what if Spark slides over there? Ooh. And the bunny curves. Oh, and then I can bring this all the way down to here. No, he should be in front of the apple, like he's on it. And then I'm thinking sort of like this circle movement here right now. That's sort of what I'm. I wish I had something. Oh, you know what I can do though? When I do, I can leave it like that, and if I do a drawing of it, I can add more fish, or I could do this as a mixed media. So I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm just going to glue these pieces down. So I'm going to start with this fish because it's not attached to anything. Don't need lots of glue. Magazine paper will wrinkle. even though I played with it. Yeah, closer. So what I'm going to do here is make this collage, and then I can add to it, or I can do another drawing that's totally different that uses a drawing of the collage, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So just get just enough glue on there to glue them down. Now I want that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to do the arc next. Slide over, and now if I didn't have magazine pieces, I might, so I could now add more fish because I want a whole school of fish coming at him. And maybe I'm going to add some apple pieces falling off. I can totally play with that. So now if I did not have a magazine to cut up, because somebody's still reading the magazine, I'm going to, on the side of my paper here, I'm going to make a list. So my list might be dog, because I love dogs. Bluebells, because they're almost done blooming and I love them. You know what? I really want French fries. I have not had French fries in forever. Let's see, what's a place? A place that I really like. Oh, well, let's just go with Huntley Meadows. That's nearby. I just love the boardwalk there. And let's see, a toy or a game. Oh, I love banana grams. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about how many things I had in my collage. So now I'm going to create a drawing. Doesn't have to be really detailed. I'm going to start just sort of sketchy, and then I can go back with markers or crayons or colored pencils or paint and paint it and color it in. So let's see. I'm going to start with Huntley Meadows because it's a sort of a background, and the boardwalk. I sort of like that bridge. That's there. It's got a railing. And then there's that like lookout area, sort of. I don't think I'm remembering all the details exactly, but that's okay because this is partly going to end up being fantasy or imaginary. Now, dog. Well, you know me and terriers. So I'm going to put the dog, on, he's going to sit because, you know, he's a good dog. He's going to sit here on the fence. Let's see, bananagrams. Oh, so bananagrams are just tiles with letters on them, and you make words. So they are going to float around like birds, because they can. And maybe this one's going to be down here. Oh, if they're tiles that float around like words, do they also get legs? I'm going to have to think about that. They need a word. Don't know what word they're going to be yet. Right now there's only 4 of them. 5-letter word. I'm going to have to think about what that will be. French fries. French fries need to come in a nice container, and they're sort of sticking up in different directions, and they're going to be growing like plants. So I'm going to put them, and you know, I didn't, these are all very square things, so what are the bluebells going to be doing? Well, the bluebells, maybe they're just going to be really big. And what if they had eyes? Oh yeah. It's a little disturbing, right? Well, it's fantasy. It's not realistic. So now, yeah, there we go. So then I would start to add some color to this and turn it into a final artwork. And then finally, what I could do here with this also is I could take this and I could draw this and I could change it. So I could either add to my collage or I could do a new drawing. So I'm going to do my apple. It's got the leaf. I've got baseball player, pitching. So, you know, all that practice we do drawing people, here's where you're going to use that. His mitt makes his arm look really funny. Baseball in hand there. And I'm just doing a real basic outline of him. I'm not going to do the face right now. Oh, and this apple is sitting on a spoon. And the part that was important to me was this weird minnow sardine thing. And I wanted more of them. I really need that spark. It's going to have to be smaller now because I used up some of the space. So I'm just gonna, oh, and apparently now that I'm moving it, it's not gonna have the bunny overlapping with it. What's that gonna be all about? See, this is the fun of it because it just sort of takes on its own new life as an artwork. Okay, so the bunny's still in. Ooh, his eyes got really big. And a nice big nose. Arm, and then we have that foot down there. Now, I need the P. So I would be adding all sorts of, oh, let's get the S in before I forget. Right. I would be adding more fish. Some of you might be writing the word spark more times or making more bunny. I'm going to, you know, pretend like the bunny has another arm and another leg as well. And then I'm going to start adding some color to it. So, crazy things that don't belong together. You can do a collage that you add things to, draw onto. You can do a drawing of a collage. You can do a list of things. And then take those things and put them into a picture. I didn't come up with a good 5-letter word yet. I'm going to write the word horse. Why horse, you ask? Because it really has nothing to do with any of these other things. And I'm going to put the background and the trees in the distance. Right? So have fun with it. Use your imagination. It's fantasy. It's not real. So, enjoy.